I think I'm back online. Oh my goodness. I think I have two on live. So hold on, you guys. Let me see here what I can do. Oh, this is a mess. Okay. So Michelle, if you can hear me, I don't even know which one. Hold on. My goodness gracious. Okay. This one. Okay. Okay. Okay, Michelle, can you text me to see if you can still see me? Sorry, you guys, just having technical problems. We lost internet where I'm at. Well, not just internet, we lost our all of our electricity. Oh, okay. I think Michelle is saying hello. Okay. Now that I know that people are here, my goodness. Welcome to technology problems. So now listen, what was I? Beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. And you know what? Somebody, and I didn't even see your guys' chat because my YouTube wasn't working, or I didn't have the right screen up. And I didn't even realize I was being, people were actually trying to communicate with me. So I'm going to do this a little bit better next time, so that I can really, thank you, that I can, be answering people's questions and communicating with them. And there was a young or a lady on there that was asking me questions about her Western chart. And I really apologize that I didn't see her chats. But I will be sure to be addressing those definitely next time. So, okay, so where was I at, Michelle? Do you remember? We were talking about the moon being in Rohini. So, um, here's one of the most significant things about Rohini that I absolutely love, and I'm going to kind of say a little bit of a quote that I think gives a good indication of what the moon kind of feels in this nakshatra. A lady ordered a drink. I checked her ID, thinking she was under 30 and she was 47. I asked her for her secret, and she said, "Know exactly what you deserve and accept nothing less, and do not stress over anything that is not helping you improve your life." And I thought that was such a perfect quote for today's or for the moon being in Rohini, because Rohini is in the sign of Taurus, and it is about our values, what we value, how we value things, right? This is such an important nakshatra. So if we're only thinking about exactly what we need to do to improve our life and not stress and worry about anything else on the outside of that, then we really do let go of so much stress. And I think, that was what Kritika was trying to teach us as the moon's going through Kritika, is letting go of what's not necessary, letting go of what's not your values, letting only cling on, only hang on to those things that are proven good, that are proven to be valuable to you. And everybody's values and valuables are a bit different. Now, with that being said, again, going back, the sun is in Hasta, the hand, fighting, okay? Hasta is not, doesn't always produce good results. Hasta can actually, does indicate thief, fighting and thieves. Also the hand, right? Especially with Rahu. If Rahu is in hasta, watch out. And because they can be magicians, right? They can be clever with their hand tricks. Now, so with the sun being in there and the moon being in Rohini, they're kind of doing some talking, but you got to remember Rahu's there. And Rahu is in the sign of Taurus. It's really, really close to the moon. And Rahu is also right now talking with Mars retrograde that's going Gandanta. So Mars is angry. Mars doesn't feel good. It's going from fire to water, steam, boiling, hot, anger, right? And Rahu is in the sign of Taurus. And I tell you what, Mrigashira is all about chasing. Okay, huge chasing, not just chasing our dreams, but if you know the story, is that the beautiful one of the beautiful daughters was running away from the father who created her, um, because he wanted to have sex with her. And so she transformed into a deer. Okay, because she's nurturing, she's all about love, she's all about beauty and tenderness. And then you got this, God trying to chase her down so he can have sex and procreate with her, even though he thought his intentions were being good, they ended up being kind of on the negative side. And then that's what kind of rolls into where Ardra, where the other gods had to kill him. Okay, that was just a quick rundown of the story there. So, but you can see though, Rahu, we can absolutely lose our mind. Oh, hi, Karen. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So it was really, that's where these nakshatras were, we get to really decipher in how the planets are going to act in it. And so since Rahu though is illusion, he is smoke, right? And I know that the nodes are also known with our past karmas. So really it acts a little bit differently. The results are going to be given depending upon the person's personal natal. But expect that illusion, expect something to be chased down that's not true. Expect something to be, the desire is so overwhelming that the actions end up not being good. It ends up being negative or bad in some way. We could see, I mean, not to spread anything bad out today because we don't need it. But on the negative side of this, we can see people going, this is where a lot I see child molestations happen here. I also see a lot of rape victims happen here. I also see a lot of stalking happens here, internet stalking, if you will. So that's on the negative side. Good side, we can hopefully maybe find that cure. So since I came out with that on the last video, came out with that where I have no idea where that poison came from out of my head, but maybe we do end up finding some type of cure, and maybe we end up being poisoned in some way. And I am not gonna, I don't know, Michelle, what your feelings are on that. I just, as I said, I'm really shocked that that just came out of my mouth like that. But something to deal with poison, and sometimes a poison can actually be the antidote. So don't forget about that. So, but something in that realm is going to definitely be happening. So let me see here. So we're talking, so the moon will be going into Mrigashira after coming in out of Rohini. And again, it's just going to carry on to that theme. So I really think that we're going to see something or experience something that either we're not going to like and it's not going to be good for us, or, depending upon our charts, it could be that poison could be an antidote, but really just expect to be also just be wary who you're going to listen to. Protect your valuables, protect your bank account, and be careful what you go after, make sure that you're not going after something that's negative or bad. So we can end up being delusional on something and get carried away. So we also have to, look at ourselves and check ourselves first. It's like, okay, what am I doing? So we're going to be wanting to dig up, okay, yes, on the internet, also this day, of course, because it continues to happen, and just some days are going to be worse than others. Oh, thank you, Michelle. So I can't wait to, Michelle's going to be joining us next week. And I love having her to really bounce things off of, especially when I say things just, it just comes out of my mouth. And I'm thinking, where did that come from? So, and I saw it as literal. So thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate that. So Michelle said, I'm feeling poisoning is not just a slip of the tongue. She also said, I saw it as literal, and she does channel. She is so in tune with the higher self and with the universe. She's an amazing, amazing young lady. So thank you so much. And this, then the theme of then with moon going into Migashira, where this can really become a manifestation, because Migashira is also about a liquor. It is about moksha, because where Rahu and Ketu at one time was a whole snake, not two different bodies, and they were wanting to drink the everlasting liquor. Liqueur, there we go. And but the gods didn't want them to, and they were so angry, and that's when K2 and Rahu in their story was cut off. Well, Mingashira has a theme of that, because they're looking for a antidote. They're looking for something that is a medicine to heal us, and to make us feel better and to be better. So, poisons also can come from here. Very, very good. It's an earthy nakshatra. We're talking about Taurus. So, and if you want to put Migashira and Taurus together, not to get too out of this world, or I don't want you guys to think that I'm, you know, going too far and beyond this world. But really, if you want to, it's not just Scorpio, but Taurus can bring about earth witches. And an earth witch can go bad or it can go good. But what do? They do event elixirs and foods and drinks. I mean, this is earth, from the earth. So we could, yeah, absolutely have a theme of something happening and being triggered in Rohini. Also, the moon from Migashira is going right into Ardra. Ardra is the teardrop. And this is when something tragic is delivered to us. And remember, this is something that is what we're feeling. And we're not going to have a choice but to feel it. So, I think that's also going to be another good day to really pray, and to meditate, because I think some not good things are going to really happen and be triggered on that day. That's going to give a lot of people some unsettled and heartache, and they're going to, and you personally, but maybe it's your neighbor, maybe it's another country, something happens devastating over there. And remember, we're all one. We're all in this together. And if we're in this together, you guys, that means if they hurt, we hurt. That means if somebody else hurts, we need to be praying and meditating and being there for them and sending them love and healing, because we would want the same thing if it's happening to us. So let's just be really careful now. And that's on Thursday. So Friday, I'm going to be doing Venus Friday. I'm hoping Michelle can join me that day. But Punarvasu, is returning to the light after darkness. And that's not always the easiest placement, because it's like, let me put it into, when you've just been delivered tragic news, either from somebody's death or just something tragic that's happened into your life. And that day you're weeping and you're sorrowful, right? And then what happens after that day? You have to force yourself to get up, and you have to take that deep breath and say, you know what? What am I going to do now? You know, what steps are I'm going to take to make my life better, to see me through this, to see me through the tragedy. And that's what happens. And that's really what returning to the light after darkness is. And I tell you what, it's not an easy placement. And people thinking, yeah, lightness after darkness. Yeah, but that journey there is not always the easiest journey. It's hard because healing is hard. It takes a lot of work. You don't get there at a snap in the finger, or just overnight progress. It takes time. So I think that we do have a really hard week coming up for us, but if we really do tap in and do our healing and do our meditation so that we have our own self empowerment, that as these events are unfolding, we're on top of it. They're not controlling us. We're going to be controlling how we respond to them. There's not going to be any reaction, right? So that is what I want to bring to you guys. It's going to be a tough week, but we already know up until December 24th, it's going to be hard. Okay. And, but we can, through this is all about learning to see what our triggers are, healing our triggers where we're not triggered anymore. We don't have to be triggered if we don't want to. We can do the healing work to do that, and really digging in deep into our meditation. And I know I'm still in pranic healing, and really get to the point where we are self-empowered. And when we get to that point that we feel self-empowered, these events like this that's happening won't affect you as much. It just won't. In fact, you'll be pulled away from it, where you're responding to the event and you're responding how you want to respond. You're going to choose your feelings. You're going to choose how you want to respond. And that's what we want to do. That's what those really successful people do. So I think that's it. This was actually about an hour long. And thank you so much, Karen, for joining us. Both videos will be up on stream, by the way. I'll put this as part 2 since I lost internet there. And yeah, thank you for joining. Namaste, you guys. Have a beautiful week. I'm going to be back on Wednesday. I'm also going to start my own radio show, and I will put that all on. I will put all of that up on my Facebook in the group page, so you guys know when I'm going on the radio. It'll be oh my goodness, I forget the name of the radio station. I apologize. I think it's like Media Expert or something like that. Shame on me, but I will put that even in the description box below. I do a weekly Mercury transits. Thank you, Michelle. Mercury transit on Wednesday also, and then Venus Friday, of course, and then I'll be back next Saturday for another weekly transit, and hopefully we will have Michelle there to be joining us. So thank you guys. Have a beautiful week. Meditate and pray and really get in there and do some self-empowerment work and healing. Namaste.